Hey everyone, welcome. So in today's video, I just wanted to do a little chit chat, get ready with me. I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of things on my mind that I just kind of want to let flow out of me. Some topics I'll be talking about are like my no buy November, how that's going. I want to talk about the products I purchased before my no buy, literally on October 31st, because I was frantic and freaking out. So I just want to bring up those products and just talk about whatever else might come to mind. First are my Salt New York products I purchased before my no buy in October. The first set that I purchased from Salt New York were like earlier in October when Kiki G and Samantha Ravindal did a collaboration, and there was like a discount code called like Mini Moons or something. And these are the products I purchased in that first little set of Salt New York stuff. So I bought the Sneaky Balm Hydrating Skin Tint in the shade Olive Green, the Sneaky Balm Hydrating Skin Tint in N09, the Best Case Concealer in the shade N09, the Lip and Cheek Cream Tint Pro in Cocoa Light, and the Cream Tint Pro in Cacao Verdadero. Verdadero. Yes. I don't speak Spanish, but I do try. I bought them because I wanted to get back into Salt New York. I bought Salt New York like a few years back when Sam Ravindal was raving about it, and like Kaki was raving. A bunch of creators were raving about it, and I bought it a few years back. And I actually remember like enjoying the product, and a lot of people complimented my skin and how it looked when I wore these products. So I kind of just wanted to try it again. I have worn them. The only thing that's probably new to me is the concealer. I have not tried that because when I first purchased from Salt New York, like many years back, they did not come out with a concealer yet. These two shades are relatively new. The first time I wore it was like maybe, I don't know, a week ago. I'm just taking the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint in N09 and I'm just going to apply it. And honestly, I forgot how good this product was. I just forgot how good Salt and Lord products were in general. Like, they're so easy to apply. They're just kind of, and I mean this in the best way possible, they're just so, like, thoughtless. Like, you can just apply it and go. That's kind of what I mean. Like, you don't necessarily need a mirror, especially if you get a shade that's like pretty close to your skin tone. And the way Kiki G makes her shades, they don't, I believe they don't have, like, for the skin tint especially, they do not have like any type of pink tint to them at all. They're like an olive, a green, or like a beige brown tint. I'm honestly not doing the shade range justice because Kiki G has made videos on the reason why her shades are the shades that they look like or whatever. Um, she's just much better at explaining her formulas and explaining why she created what she created. So definitely check out Kiki G. And it's so like skin-like on the skin. It's just beautiful. I do miss this product. I have missed it, I guess is what I mean. Just skin-like. Definitely leaves a really radiant finish. The next product I'm going to take is the Best Case Concealer N09. This is the only product that's pretty new to me that I have not tried from Salt New York before. When I swatched the concealer shade, it was very, very like olive leaning, like really the shade in comparison to all of my other concealer shades that I own. It was just completely like, wow, did I choose the wrong shade for myself? But when I applied it to my skin for the first time, it didn't look terrible. Um, I do prefer a brightening effect under my eyes. In this shade, I bought N09 in the concealer because I thought it would be just like a really good all-over concealer if I feel like the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint wasn't enough coverage. But for some, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just bought N08 instead as a under eye brightener since I really don't like spot concealer or anything. But I don't know, guys. I was also considering like for most of the year, I'm actually quite tan and it's pretty sunny for like 3/4 of the year, basically, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is the concealer. It's it's pretty, it's subtle. It's definitely thicker than the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint. It offers coverage, but I don't necessarily care for coverage in my case. I would prefer a brightening effect, especially under the eyes. There is the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint and the Best Case Concealer on. I don't know if you saw a difference. So I do like the concealers so far. I just think the shade I chose was an ideal for me to show my personal desired effect. You can even see. So that is 2 or 3 layers of the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint. Even in the pan, the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint is much more emollient. And the Best Case Concealer is a little more like thicker, a little harder to move around in the pan. Like it takes longer for it to warm up. So, can you tell how much of a green undertone both of these products have? It's so insane, but it's also like it kind of makes sense because almost everyone has like pink and yellow undertones or something like that, and so having it just already be a neutral tone, just it's ideal. So I don't know if you can tell though, those shades are very similar to each other. I don't know if you can kind of see like the coverage difference. Like the concealer, Best Case Concealer is definitely a lot thicker, and the skin tint, the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint is a lot thinner on the skin. I don't know if you can tell. Obviously, they're both creams. It's definitely emollient and dewy, but I think they're lovely. This is Cocoa Light in the Cream Tint Pro. This is Cocoa Light. I think what Salt New York does now is they do light, medium, and deep versions of their lip and cheek tints, which honestly, that's such a good method for a brand to do in general. It makes sense to do collections in such a format because, like, Kaki did this with her Finding Ferdinand collection. She did a light, a medium, and a deep version. I think that is Cocoa Light. On me, it's definitely a very, like, rosy mauve, I suppose. Cacao verdadero. Cacao verdadero. Verdadero? When Kiki says it, I'm like, oh goodness, she can speak Spanish. And I'm just here, like, butchering these words. It's okay. This product, I believe, was at a deeper discount because it was supposed to be a limited edition or a limited run. I think she made this shade like it was an oopsie shade or something like that, so it wasn't ever going to be part of the permanent collection. But yeah. This shade is definitely more brown. Like, this shade is yummy. So good. It's so good. It's more brown. It's definitely suitable for light to medium folks. I don't know how it would look for on tan to deeper complected people because I don't fall in that range. But it's a brown that has a slight, like, maybe just the slightest tinge of a pinky purple, but it is still beautiful nonetheless. It's pretty brown though. The products I want to use on my cheeks today are from a different order I purchased from Salt New York. It launched on October 31st, and it was a collaboration between Hannah Louise Poston and Salt New York. And it was quite unexpected. What Hannah explained in her video was that she wanted it to be kind of like nothing too much of a production. Like, she didn't want it to be a whole thing, I think. But I was so excited when I watched the video and saw her products and the swatches and all of that. And I really waited until like 11 p.m. on October 31st, and I was debating the whole entire day on the day of launch, October 31st, and I was just like, I don't know. Do I need this? Do I want this? Like, yes, I want it. It's also going to be limited. If people still want the product, then Salt New York will still make the products from Hannah Louise Poston's collection. And I just was, I don't know. I think I bought it. There's nothing else to say. I bought it. I was really trying hard to figure out which shades I wanted. They all looked so beautiful. So these are the 4 shades I purchased. I'll show you. The first shade I purchased was Waxwing. Like, look at how cool toned that is. Oh my word. It's so pretty. The next shade I purchased was Orchid. All of these look so cool toned. It's crazy. But then when you put all of them next to each other, one looks cooler and one looks warmer. Colors are so beautiful. This shade is Aniseed. I'm sorry if I'm not showing you in a better manner. And this shade is Oyster Fig. I'm pretty sure Waxwing is from the light quadrant. I don't know how these things are called. Orchid, Oyster Fig, and Aniseed are from the medium range, the medium collection that Hannah came out with. So these are the swatches of my first order in October from Salt New York. On this hand, I will put the Hannah Louise Poston shades. So yeah, the first shade I'm going to take is Waxwing. This is what Waxwing looks like on my finger. Try to add a little more. Now, with the Hannah Louise Poston collection, from what I recall, the Lip and Cheek Tint Pro shades, Cream Tint Pro shades in Hannah's collection, the formula was slightly tweaked to be a little more matte on the skin, or a little like less emollient than the original Salt New York shades. And right now, by feeling the different products I have from like Cocoa Light and from Cacao Verdadero, these are very emollient and creamy, like with just the warmth of your finger going in once. It's very creamy, like it glides. But with the Hannah Louise Poston shades, especially like the shade I'm going in with now, Waxwing, you gotta like warm your finger up in the pan a lot more, which that was the point. Hannah wanted it to be slightly more matte on the skin. So that is the shade Waxwing. It's so gray purple. Again, Waxwing is from the light quad, or the light version. Such a beautiful shade. Hannah, if you don't know, is a very pale individual, but she also has a lot of green olive undertone to her. She's so pale, So a lot of these shades that she created with Salt New York are very desaturated to suit paler people or to suit her own complexion. And with that, if it's applied on more melanated people, it is probably going to give a very grungy, gray, purple appearance to the skin, like a very cool toned appearance to the skin. And it's just so interesting to see like Hannah's vision come to life because she's been messing around with like Salt New York products for a while. And she's loved their products for a while. So the next shade I'm going to take is Orchid. Orchid is from the medium quad or the medium version. But essentially, like, Waxwing is the light purple version, and then the medium version would be one of the shades from the medium palette, scaled to a medium complected person or something like that. I'm butchering everything, you guys. Anyways, this is the shade Orchid. So Orchid is very much more brown. So Orchid is like a milky brown shade. It's pretty neutral, if you can see. Cacao Verdadero has much more warmth to it. Meanwhile, Orchid has just a lot more neutrality, more, I don't know, but it's yummy. Okay, the next shade I will swatch is Aniseed. Aniseed. This is Aniseed. Aniseed. Anyways. So this is the shade Aniseed. Aniseed. The swatch got a little bit messy, but I hope you can kind of see the base pigment of this shade. It's warm. This is Oyster Fig. I also wanted to purchase a shade from the deep quad or the deep version, but I wasn't sure which one I would like, so I just kind of stuck to the medium and light. And then if I so desire, I can make a purchase for the one of the deep shades eventually. So this is Oyster Fig on the skin, Waxwing, Orchid, Aniseed, and Oyster Fig. And then in comparison, that pinky mauve shade is Cocoa Light, and then underneath Cocoa Light, that brown, warm brown shade is Cacao Verdadero. The good news is none of these shades overlap, so I love that. But can you tell from the current lineup that Salt New York has, like in comparison to Hannah Louise Poston's collection, her collection is definitely a lot more muted. All of these just have a more milkier quality, like a lot, just a lot more desaturated, just suitable for someone who prefers cool tones or a grungy look, or if someone's really like has a pale complexion. These tones, so beautiful. When I have applied these shades, I've applied them as a blush, obviously. I've only worn one or two on my lips. My lips aren't in the best condition right now, so when I did apply it, it definitely gathered in a lot of my dry areas, which I didn't realize I had dry lips in the moment of me applying the shades to my lips, but it is what it is. I did condition my lips today, so hopefully we can try it out on my lips. But when I have applied it on my cheeks, I would use one shade as the blush, one shade in like my contour hollow area. Alright, lost some footage, but we'll just get over that. Okay, so I did go on Hannah's Instagram account, and I looked at posts that she has for the Hannah Louise Poston collection with Salt New York, and I just kind of want to be a little better at like describing the shades and really honing in on how Hannah describes these through her. So, first shade is Waxwing. Waxwing comes from the light quad from the collection. Waxwing is an edgy, washed out grayish. Now, in one of Hannah's posts on Instagram, she separates the shades in category, like color category. So one category is the browns, the other category is the nudes, and the last category is the grays. So Waxwing is in the grayish category, and Waxwing is an edgy, washed out grayish. Again, it's from the light quad. The next three shades I have on my hand here are from the medium quad. This shade is Orchid. Orchid is from the browns category, and it is considered a putty brown. I'm not sure what putty means in terms of like a shade descriptor, like a color descriptor, but it is pretty neutral leaning, like doesn't really look like it leans one way or another. And again, it is in the browns category from the medium quad. The next shade I have is Aniseed. Aniseed is from the medium quad, and Aniseed is in the grayish category. So it is a taupey burgundy. Don't know if my camera will pick up on the different undertones, but I would say a taupey burgundy. That shade description is pretty accurate. In person, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. In person, it does have like this burgundy hue or burgundy undertone to it. It's just very, very muted down and desaturated. That is from, again, this is Aniseed from the medium quad, and it's in the grayish category. Next is Oyster Fig. Oyster Fig is from the medium quad. Oyster Fig is also from the nudes category, and it is described as a rich, mucky nude. Mucky is a term I don't use a lot, so I can't really say what it truly means, but it's from the nudes category. So, there are those shades. So, on my lips, I have the shade Waxwing from the light quad. Again, Waxwing is from the grayish category. To me, I feel like it did mute whatever my natural lip color was. Definitely muted it down to be a grayer tone than what my lips normally are. So, this is what it looks like on my lips. On my cheeks, I have the shade Oyster Fig. Oyster Fig is from the medium quad, and it is in the nudes category. So I only applied Oyster Fig here in the apples of my cheeks and kind of in the center. I tried to keep it parallel to my outer eye. Okay, I will apply it again just for video's sake. This is Oyster Fig. I mean, I'll give this collection that it is aptly described in the nudes category. I think this is nude. Like I don't think I own a blush like this, so I can't say like this isn't nude. Now on my cheeks, no, I can't even say it pulls pink because to me it's like Okay, if it does pull pink, it's such a like slight tint of pink. You know what I mean? Like it's like if I ran a few miles, this might be what my cheeks blush to. Yeah, it's pretty though. It's definitely a cool toned look though. It's a nude, but it's cool toned. Okay. So again, this is Oyster Fig on my cheek. Can you see the subtle difference? Just brought a little bit of color, not too much. Doesn't overpower my face or anything. Okay, now I do want to apply one of these blushes to like the back part of my cheeks, so like closer to my hairline. Aniseed. Because aniseed is in the grayish category, and because it has that gray quality, it kind of leans like a contour color. Aniseed is here. So, I will apply it with my finger. This is the first time I'm using my finger, like using finger application. Normally when I have used these products, I do use them with a brush just because I ran out of time and I don't need to be cleaning my hand, my fingers. So this is aniseed from the medium quad. It is from the grayish category, or the grayish color family. I don't know if you can see a difference. I can in person. Everything just looks so much more cool toned and muted. I think it's kind of fun. So, can you tell? Offered a lot of coolness, some depth. Definitely looks like a contour color. It's honestly so cool. I really, really like it. It's not everybody's look, but. And when these shades like blend together, they don't look like they don't belong together. They look cohesive. They don't look like they're muddying up. But then again, this is a muted, desaturated selection of colors. Therefore, it might look muddy, mucky. The only shade I haven't quite used yet on camera is, I believe, Orchid. Orchid is also from the medium quad. And I kind of just gonna, I think I want to apply Orchid on my forehead. I don't know. So Orchid is from the browns category, which this might offer a little bit of warmth. Some like neutral warmth, maybe, especially on my forehead. Orchid is the putty brown from the medium quad. So taking Orchid, just going to apply it to my forehead. Honestly, I think I really like the colors that I selected. I'm glad I didn't pick more than this. I feel quite satisfied with my selection. Oh my god, on the forehead? It's so pretty. Wait. I don't know that I've ever applied Orchid on my forehead by itself. Sometimes when I go in with a brush, I'll just like dip into a few and then apply it everywhere on my cheeks or on my face. But on the forehead, can you tell? I don't know if it's pulling quite well. So Orchid is here. In person, you can definitely see a color change, but like it's so subtle. Wow. When I first used these products, I don't think I was like quite paying close attention because I was rushing for work, so I wasn't being attentive to like placement or to how the colors look on my skin. But now that I have time, like a true impression where my full attention is on these products. So yeah, Waxwing is on the lips from the Light Quad. It's in the grayish category. Then I have kind of in the center and basically in this portion of my cheek, I have Oyster Fig, which is in the nudes category from the medium quad. Then in the hollows or in the contour bronzer region of my cheek, and like further back towards my ear, I have the shade Aniseed. It's from the grayish category. It's definitely offering a nice cool tone cast going back towards my hairline, so that's nice. And then my forehead, I have the shade Orchid. It's from the browns category, from the medium quad. I really wish you could see it. Or photos of like how my face currently looks with front camera and back camera, just so you can get a better sense, because it's just my camera quality. My laptop camera is just not doing it justice. All right, so those were the Hannah Louise Poston Salt New York collaboration products that I purchased. On October 31st, I did buy some things from Sephora, unfortunately. I did buy a face cleanser, but my skincare, I'm not too concerned because I do go through skincare a lot quicker than I do makeup. So it's not necessarily like a big red flag for me if I buy skincare. It's more makeup that I'm concerned about purchasing. I purchased LYS products from Sephora on the very first day of the Sephora Savings Event for Rouge members, which was October 31st. And I was being a frantic purchaser, freaking out about how I won't be able to buy anything for a whole month starting November 1st. So I bought stuff, a Sephora collection foundation brush as well. I placed an order for empty magnetic makeup palettes to store some of my magnetic eyeshadows or magnetic cream products like the Salt New York ones. I purchased 2 of these palettes because they were at a pretty good discount. This is from Menagerie Cosmetics. The other day, I decided to finally look up using the indie brand Reddit whatever thing, and I saw an explanation on why no one's using Menagerie Cosmetics anymore. And I wish I looked at that before I made this purchase, but you know, you live and you learn. So I do now know why no one's using Menagerie Cosmetics, and it's very well, like it's a very valid reason. I just wish I looked up and did my research before I did that, but it's okay. I will be making more considered purchases from now on. I also purchased a NARS lip liner in the shade Le Lavando. It's basically a lavender purpley lip pencil. I did place an order from Fantasy Cosmetica, not on October 31st, but towards the end of October, on October 23rd. I purchased 2 scents. So I purchased the Wizard 30 milliliter spray, and I purchased the Warlock 30 milliliter spray as well. I purchased 2 Lost Library lipstick, purchased the shade Hidden, and I purchased the shade Unearthed. And then lastly, I did purchase the Warlock palette. This is discounted because I believe if you go on Fantasy Cosmetica's website and you look at their clearance section, it'll tell you this palette's at a discount at the moment because it has an expiration date of like 2026, sometime in 2026. The owner did make a disclaimer saying if you store these palettes correctly and take proper care of them, they could last longer. So I did use this palette on October 31st because I worked on Halloween, and I did a really cool, cute, spooky look, and I loved it. I did not use all of the shades from this palette. I'm pretty sure I dipped into this palette and my other Fantasy Cosmetica palette, the Enchanted Autumn palette from a collaboration with Makeup Just for Fun, Amanda here on YouTube. I think I used these for my eyeshadow look that day. But this is what the Warlock palette looks like. It is honestly so much prettier in person. It is so pretty. If I recall correctly, I've used the shade Eldritch already. I've used the shade Ritual, and I believe I used the shade Arcanum. I can't quite tell if I've used Profane or Occult, because these are pressed pigments, so sometimes looking at them, they don't look like they've been touched at all. So as I am filming this video, Fantasy Cosmetica is having their Black Friday sale on their website. I will honestly say, I know we should be discouraging people to shop Black Friday, shop any type of massive consumerism holiday, but like, I don't know. This brand is honestly so fantastic. Like, they recently dropped a new collection that has an eyeshadow palette, a little toolkit. I don't think they released a fragrance with this one, but you know, I will say, if there is a Black Friday deal you should be shopping, it should be from Fantasy Cosmetica. I just think this makeup brand is just doing wonderful, wonderful things. They have so much creativity. It's honestly undeniable. Like, if you go on their website and you see all of their selections, like, you can't tell me that they're not doing wonderful, unique selections of things, because they truly are. I'll just go ahead and say it. I did not succeed. I did not succeed in my No Buy November. I did make purchases. I purchased a few things from Sephora and from Ulta. The things I purchased from Ulta were sunscreens that have been on my wish list for like a year, and they were finally at a pretty good discount. That purchase is a skincare purchase, very valid, so I don't mind that. The purchases I've made from Sephora, I made a purchase from Sephora, and then that purchase I returned because truly I did not need it. I was starting to feel really, really, really guilty and ashamed, so I definitely returned that. And then I also made another purchase. I think I'm just going to return my Sephora purchases. When I've been making Sephora purchases, it has been like emotional purchases because work is very overwhelming at the moment. It's Black Friday week. I work in the retail space. There are things that are outside of my control that I just am very upset for me and like my coworkers, because they're just things that are not making sense. They're definitely above my pay grade for me to understand, but it's also still, it doesn't feel like a helpful situation that I'm in. I've been making emotional purchases while in Sephora, and I've been returning them, so that's good news. That's great news. It shows that I'm comprehending my decisions, and I'm like, what the F? Like, girl, what are you doing? Please fix yourself. Like, you're supposed to be holding yourself accountable for things that you're doing, and you're not. I'm really mainly only upset about my Sephora purchases, not really the indie brand, small brand purchases I've been making, because I work for a corporation, okay? It's not fun. There are things outside of my manager's control that are then outside of my control that I can't get mad at, but I still get mad at. So it's just like, in the grand scheme of things, everyone's losing except the people who are making the most money sitting in those tall offices, not being on like the ground working these freaking retail stores. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm not saying my decisions to purchase at all on my no buy are valid because they're not. Like, I know I'm making mistakes. Like, I know me buying things is like not proper at all. Like, I should not be catering to this consumer mindset, but it's also like, although I am catering to this consumer mindset, I am at least purchasing from small brands. And I think going forward, I'm going to like be concise about where I'm shopping from and who I'm shopping from because honestly, just even shopping from Fantasy Cosmetica, like I love this brand with my entire being. Like their fragrances are my life. Like let me just talk about them real quick. I know I'm supposed to be doing eyeshadow, but I don't care. I'll do it in a minute. So, these two I finished up. These I got on sale last year. I'm pretty sure the owner discontinued these two. I believe they're like summery scents. Um, this is in Sundial. This is the Sundial fragrance. I'm so upset that these no longer exist. Oh my god, they still smell so good. This one is Abalone. Oh my gosh. Oh, I miss these so much. These are like me. This is me. These are me in a bottle. Like, I'm a very fresh citrusy floral, like, but like it has to be citrus. Like nothing around that, okay? Like I'm a citrus girl. But yeah, when I purchased these, they were at a deep discount. These are the 10 millimeter sizes. Milliliter? 10 mil size. Um, these bottles are hand painted or hand dipped or whatever by the owner or someone who helps her. And you know, there's just like so much specialness and like it just warms my heart. Okay. And like, okay, let me just talk about the fragrance. So Sundial smells like a bit like baby powder, but like in such a nice way. It's very like it's just so it's so sweet and soft. It's like so comforting. I don't know why. It just feels good to me. It just feels like good memories. It's baby powder, but it's got some twist to it that I love. I wish the owner of Fantasy Cosmetica would bring Sundial. I wish they would bring the summer scents back just so I could buy it. Abalone. Oh my god. Oh my god, Abalone. And like, just like, because I used these up earlier in the year, I think, or last year, something. And it's just bringing back so many like happy moments, and I love it. It's just, the scent makes me so happy. But Abalone, it's always been hard for me to put my finger on this scent. Abalone has definitely got like a citrus, but in like more like acidic way. I think about them a lot. I wish they were still in existence so I could buy them forever. It's okay. So the other fragrances that they definitely have, Bard. The notes for Bard, the top note is orange and almond. The heart note is honeysuckle, pink, and pink peppercorn. The bottom is toasted marshmallow and jasmine. When I bought this, I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was just really excited to purchase more fragrances from Fantasy Cosmetica. I will say the Bard fragrance is definitely like a strong winter or fall scent. Like, I mean, you could wear scents any time of year, whenever you want. But this just feels very like winter. Like you're in the depth of winter. It's like, it smells like very cinnamony to me. The Bard fragrance is inspired by a bard's tale of love. The Bard scent is a floral perfume with sweet, fruity, and spicy accents. Yes, this is definitely spicy. It smells like cinnamon. Like, it's a very strong scent. I think I bought this because I thought the orange would stand out. Because again, I am a citrus lover. I can't tell what's pulling through the most. It just smells very cinnamony. So, this one I like to spray in my closet, like on my clothes. And I like to spray this as like a room spray. I've worn this on myself, but it's still not my favorite. So yeah, that is Bard. Again, this is what the bottle looks like. So pretty. Rogue fragrance. This one surprised me. I was not expecting to like this. I've grown to like this a lot, honestly. So, Rogue. The top note from Rogue is cinnamon bark, bergamot, pepper, and grapefruit. The heart is lily, lavender, and vetiver. The base is clove, raw sugar, vanilla, leather, and tobacco. So when this dries down, I really smell the leather and like something smoky. That I guess it's tobacco. This definitely smells like more like a man. Like I could see a man wearing this more than I could see a woman wearing this. If that makes sense. Not that fragrances are necessarily in a dichotomy or whatever, but that is just what I smell. So, the Rogue scent is inspired by dangerous yet alluring suave rogues. This scent is a rich and sweet spiced fruit scent with light floral notes. Again, I'm not very good at like noticing what scents are in here, but like once this dries down on the skin or like even on the body, like or in clothing, it does smell like leather and tobacco. So yeah, I like this one a lot. In my Fantasy Cosmetica order that I placed in October, I purchased 2 more fragrances along with the Warlock palette. These. I purchased the Warlock fragrance. This one, I don't know. I don't remember why I wanted to buy this. I think I was just really like, I thoroughly enjoy the Fantasy Cosmetica scents. Like, with Sundial and Abalone, I was like, oh my god, like I am missing out. Like I need to purchase some more. I don't need to, but that is what my brain was telling me, what I was telling myself. So the Warlock fragrance. The top note is pink peppercorn, basil, mint leaf, plum, and grapefruit. The heart is black rose, cilantro, white eucalyptus, and cumin. The base is vetiver grass, oak moss, patchouli, labdanum, and vanilla. I don't know if I'm right or not, but this definitely has rose in it. But it's also got this like, it's either the grapefruit or like something slightly like citrus acidic that's in this that's really helping to balance the rose, I think. This has become a favorite. I'm thinking of getting another order of this because here's also another thing. When my boyfriend and I get engaged and get married, I want us to kind of like have a scent for us. Like I want it to be like a special, I don't know, something cute. I don't know, I'm weird, okay? I just want a cute little moment with my boyfriend, okay? And I've been like trying to get him a little bit into scents. Like, hey, smell this. Like, does this smell good on me? Or like, would you wear this as well? Like, what do you think? Um, he actually really likes this one. So this might be one I get for the both of us to wear. Isn't that so cute? That would be so cute. Let's go back to the Warlock scent. So this Warlock scent is inspired by dark desires and summoning rituals. The Warlock perfume is a dark rose with herbal notes and a seductive sweetness. It is very seductive. And then in the description of the Warlock scent, in quotes, it says it smells mysterious by Ginny D. Ginny D. Don't know if I'm saying that name right, but this is just like it's so good. Like, I don't know, like when I put it on, I'm just like, like, that's what I make. That's the sound I make. And I'm just like, but then it's also very comforting and relaxing. I'm just like, oh goodness. My boyfriend smelled this for the first time. He said, he just said that. And he likes this one. So this is a good one to consider. Okay. Warlock. It's very good. The one I've been dying to get my hands on is the Wizard fragrance because, guys, it's everything. It's like fresh, it's grass, it's citrus, it's like so me. And I was like, I kept debating because like there was this fragrance I was using from Giorgio Armani and it was hitting what I wanted. It was like citrus, fruity, and light, and da 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 da. And I was like, I don't need two. So I was waiting until I finished that up, which I did. And then I bought this finally in October. So the Wizard fragrance. The top note is lemongrass, citrus, and marine notes. The heart is grass, bamboo, green leaves, lavender, and the base is dark musk, cedar, sage, and moss. What really got me was the bamboo and the grass, because I was like, grass? I love grass. I love the smell of fresh cut grass, you guys. Like, my boyfriend and I went to Arkansas. I know, like, a small town in Arkansas, and there was a soap shop, and they had like scents like dirt or like bar soaps that was like dirt or fresh cut grass or other things like that. And it just was like, I have been wanting something like fresh cut grass. No one's making a candle with fresh cut grass in it. And I'm just like, what is wrong with everyone? I'm just kidding. But I'm passionate about fresh cut grass, you guys. I love fresh cut grass. But this, when I saw that this had grass in it, I was like, bro, I gotta have it. Like, there's no way. So, yes, I've enjoyed this scent. I've only sprayed it once or twice because I don't want to spray too much of it because then I'm like, oh my god, what if I go out of it? And I'm like, no, I don't want to lose it, you know? Meanwhile, it's still on the Fantasy Cosmetica website, so I don't know why I'm freaking out and not just using the things I love. You know what I mean? I'm just weird. I'm just like, so happy to have this because I love grass and I love citrus. And so, like, I just don't want to ever have this out of my life. The Wizard scent is inspired by laying in the grass. Come on now. And studying the night sky. The Wizard perfume is a refreshing grass, water, and wood scent with citrus accents. Hey guys, when I read that, I was like, duh, I have to have that. So I got it. Fantasy Cosmetica is just doing lovely, lovely things with their scents. So please, 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 please support this brand. Like, even not on Black Friday sales, but like, just this brand, I have so much positive feelings for. And like, I literally don't know them at all. But like, it's just like, when I go into their website and I look at their selection, I'm just like, they are so, they just seem like they just seem like they love being creative and being able to do things. Like, do things with their hands, make stuff, and like, they released a collection called the Artificer collection. And they released like a toolkit because what an artificer does is like they're like a tool maker or something like that. And I'm just like falling deeper and deeper in love with this brand. It's just like, you're so creative, you're so thoughtful. It's just like so much love and passion is going into this brand, and you can kind of see that with what they're releasing. And they're so like considerate of what they're releasing. And I did, when I found out they were having a Black Friday sale, I did, other than like purchasing from Sephora and Ulta, I did purchase from Fantasy Cosmetica. I placed a really large order. I actually placed a few separate large orders. I bought quite a selection of things. So The first thing I bought was actually before the Black Friday sales started. I bought the Ice Dragon brushes, all the brushes set. Um, I used a discount code with that. I've already received this stuff from my 2 separate orders. I'm waiting on one more. Then I might place another. So the next order actually placed on the first day of their Black Friday sale. I bought a ton of singles and I purchased 2 of their empty magnetic palettes. The magnetic palettes are actually very new to their range. It's actually from the Artificer collection. It's called the Crafter's Journal Empty Magnetic Palette. These are what the 2 Crafter's Journals Empty Magnetic Palettes look like. So beautiful. Just says Fantasy Cosmetica on the spine. This is the back. So lovely. I love the stained glass look. It has a mirror on the inside there. And then I already placed my shadows in here. I pretty much purchased the single shadows I really wanted. So I wanted to buy the actual palettes with the themes and the characters or the classes, but I was realizing like that's kind of excessive. Not that buying single shadows and stuff isn't excessive, but I just I was imagining myself using that palette and I was like, there's definitely going to be a shadow in here, a shadow or 2 in here that I'm not going to use. So I just decided to purchase what I wanted and needed to to fill my collection because I don't need to actually. Okay, enough blabbering. Going in with the Warlock palette. I'm going to take the shade Packed. I don't believe I've used that shade yet. I'm planning out how I want my year to be, my 2026 year to be, like in terms of me as a consumer. I'm writing it down and just like trying to figure out my thoughts. Obviously spending less is definitely a good start, you know? But I do want to shop from smaller brands. I did better this year than I did last year um, for that. So, like, I'm improving little by little, but it's still like that money spent is still a lot. So, I'd like to decrease the amount that I spend. But if I do spend, I want it to go towards smaller businesses in almost all categories of life. Some aspects I probably won't be able to consider because of like timing or whatever situation I will be in that moment. For the most part, I do want to have a selection of small businesses to shop from. I don't want to get too out of control because like shopping is still shopping. Spending money is still spending money, So like I just have to really focus that attention and narrow it. While I have like been diving into my makeup collection more and like seeing what I use on a daily basis and at a point where I feel like I want simplicity, like I want ease over like I don't know, anything else. And so I'm considering so much and especially with like what is going to happen for me and my boyfriend in the coming months to next year. Like it's definitely going to be a big change for us because we'll finally be living together. We'll have our own house. We'll be making payments. We'll be having our own place to call home together. So it's just going to be big changes, and we also have animals, so it's just going to be a lot of exciting, honestly, very exciting changes happening. Um, we have a lot of things to look forward to, and then of course like moving in, getting ourselves situated, and then like land stuff, like land improvement stuff, and there's just so much to consider. And then also, my boyfriend is really good at holding me accountable, or holding people accountable in general. And like being able to be with him and see him and like talk to him on a daily basis like that, I think that'll help me with my spending habits. Because he's a saver and I'm a spender. But although I spend, I also invest. So I think that balance within us will definitely come to fruition, or it'll be better once we merge into the same house and we'll be able to like talk things out and stuff like that. So yeah. And then like, that's my babe. He's my guy, And I've been in the mindset of like me, like selfishness. Selfishness is bad, but like inherently as human beings, as we were created, we are inherently selfish. Like that is us. So it's just kind of like trying to move away from being selfish and being like, and spending so much on myself and spending so much on my little novelties and, makeup and stuff like that. Like having real adult bills will be a challenge and very interesting to kind of like navigate with him. So yeah, there's just so much to look forward to, and I'm very excited. So this is what the shade Packed looks like. I honestly love this shade. It's so like, nah, it's like gross but cute. It's like your alternative. You know what I mean? I love Fantasy Cosmetica's mattes. I mean, the only other palette I've experienced Fantasy Cosmetica's formulas are in the Enchanted Autumn palette. I was in collaboration with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun to take a cult. That looks pigmented. Definitely gonna tap off the excess because there is like powder kicking up in the pan. Again, I'm pretty sure that this is a pigment palette. I assume it's like a pressed pigment palette. So yeah. Okay, taking the shade Occult. And just keeping it out here. I'll try to keep it tight in the outer corner. Yeah, there's just like a lot I think will be coming up. And I don't want to make definitive plans because with the house situation, we've made definitive plans or like had really high hopes and expectations for it to go our way, and it didn't for a little bit. And so I think we've come to the realization where it's just like, let's just not do that. So yeah, and I mean like it's true though, like if you have this grandeur expectation in your mind and you build it up for any situation, like it's just going to, and then that situation happens and you try your best to do it in the way you want to do it. Not everything in life, like there's variables in life that cannot be controlled, so therefore it's just not going to pan out. So I've definitely learned that a lot over the past 4 or 5 years, honestly. I've learned a lot, and I try not to be overcome by my expectations. One thing I think I personally want to work on is my negativity. Like, I focus a lot on the negative, especially at work, to be honest. It's hard not to with the dynamic at work that I have. One thing I need to try my best to do is not react to every little thing and not get upset about every little thing and not be too forward in what I say with people, because I think my mouth can get me in trouble sometimes. And so I have to watch what I say. And like sometimes the way I say things, it comes off as like I'm very much like my father. Like I'm very harsh when I say things, especially if I'm already in the moment very frustrated. I kind of just say it with like a harsh tone. I very much wear my heart on my sleeve, if that makes sense. So yeah, I gotta be better about that and just try not to react. It's just going to be such a habit, such a hard habit to break too. So it's just gonna be something for me to work on. I do have a lot to consider. So this is the shade Occult. It's built up quite beautifully in this outer third, kind of outer half, honestly. I was trying to keep it localized here and it did not work, but it's a very pretty shade. I guess it's a deep, deep green. It kind of looks like a gray green in the pan, but on my eyes it shows up pretty green. Try the shade Profane. Since we're going for a green look, let's see. Let's just do it, bro. No eyelash line. So, Black Friday, right? Other indie makeup brands are doing Black Friday deals. And I basically had a cart for almost every indie brand that is a brand that I'm considering shopping from. Especially in 2026. And then I've really, really narrowed it down, you guys. Like, if you saw my shopping cart for each of these brands, you'd be like, first off, that's like 8 brands. Second off, you do not need something from each of those brands. You know what I mean? Like, I was really in the shopping mode. I was really in my head, like, shop small, indie makeup brands only. No more corporations. And that's good for me to have that type of mentality. But like all at once, although it's on sale, it's like I'm acting like it's not going to be on sale again. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, brother, chill out. You know, like hold your horses. These indie brands will still be in business. There are many people also shopping on Black Friday. There are many people who love indie makeup brands. So stop freaking out. You know, that's a bright shade. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a Granny Smith apple shade, y'all. It's pretty nice. I kind of want to put it on my lid, actually, just to tie it in. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm just messing around. Just messing around. But yeah, I've definitely narrowed it down to what I'm going to make my final purchases of before the Black Friday deals end. Like, honestly, I chose. Okay, this is not an excuse. I'm just saying how I feel. Okay, guys? Please don't hurt me. I chose a really bad month to do a no buy. Like, I could have waited for December to come, and I still can. So, a whole new month is a whole new month. I could even start the day after I finally make those final purchases. So, yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I put the shade Profane basically only on my lid. Like wherever my crease starts, I only put it on like the mobile lid, if that makes sense. I actually like that look. Cool. Keep that there. Very pretty. I'm going to take the brush I used for the shade Occult, that really deep green, almost like blackened grade green. I'm gonna take whatever's remaining and try to add a bit to the lower lash line just to pull in some depth and Trying to make a cohesive look. Okay, I don't think that did much, but I'm actually going to take a little bit of a coat. Going to pinch my brush. So there are a few brands I am going to make a purchase from. I think I'm going to place one more order from Fantasy Cosmetica for some fragrances, some of their scents, honestly. Oh, the other order I placed was for their empty magnetic palette, but the wooden one, when that was first on their website several months ago, like either earlier this year or late last year, I was like, what the freak, that is beautiful. It's like this wood, handcrafted and like etched, beautiful freaking empty magnetic palette. And I was like, I want this right now. I never got it when it first released. Well, one, I was like, I don't even have magnetic shadows. Like, I don't even own single shadows. If I do, they're not magnetic and they're in single compacts. And I was just like, there's no point in me getting this. But now that I've grown into a phase where I'm using my eyeshadows a lot more now, I'm getting back into that creative mindset. I bought it on the first day of their Black Friday sale. And yeah, I'm super pumped. I cannot wait to touch that. I honestly might cry. Like, honestly, this is crazy. Talking about Fantasy Cosmetica, like in today, like throughout this video, I've been on the verge of tears. And I don't know why. I think I'm just feeling a type of way that I haven't sat with to like actually sit with my thoughts and think about. So I don't know, guys. I'm going through something. Hopefully it's something not life changing, but something like a light bulb moment. You know, I'm hoping it's that moment and not like a sad moment that I'm going through, because it doesn't feel like a sad moment. This feels like a very, very happy moment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I went back in with Profane, that like bright apple green red, and I added it back to my lower lash line because I think the shade Occult kind of took it over. And now I'm taking the shade Packed, that really yellow, pukey yellow green. I'm just adding it through the first half of my crease because I feel like I cannot see it. And now I am just blending the edges of the shade Occult right here. Just blending. Just working on my blend. Yes. Oh, these shades are so pretty. This is the shade Arcanum. Okay. This is the shade Ritual. That shade is stunning. Oh my word. This is the shade Patron. That shade's beautiful. The lash shimmer is Offering. Golly. All of these shades are so pretty. Oh my god. This is Arcanum. I'm probably gonna swatch it like this. I don't know. Arcanum. Oh. This is the shade Ritual. Oh my word. Like, what the poop is that? This is the shade Patron. Oh my god. Oh lord. Oh my god. It's so pretty. That shift is insane. Okay. Lastly, Offering. Oh my cow. Holy cowbells. Like, all of these shades are stunning. What the poop, bro? How can you not? Alright, my swatches were all in bad areas. Look at those shimmers. Look at them glisten. Oh my gosh, you guys. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I don't know. Like, what? Are we joking? Look. Whoa, golly gee. I'm going to take the shade Patron. It has this green shift to it, and it might actually go really well with the greens on the eyes, so. So, how you're seeing it through my camera, it's pulling more green, I believe, and you can see some slight pink tint towards like the end, or towards like away from the center of my lid. But as I'm looking down in my mirror, I see that pink flip so hardcore, like so insanely. It's honestly so pretty. Oh my word. Lovely, lovely. Okay, there you go. You might can see that pink flip better. Oh, it's so pretty. A little bit of offering here. That deepest shimmer. I'm going to actually put it in the outer half or outer third. Try to blend it with Patron, that pink shifting green shimmer, or that green shifting pink shimmer. It's so pretty. Now I want to take Arcanum, that very bright, maybe almost acid green. Just gonna pop it, on my lower inner half. Ah, beauty. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. This is so much fun. I love this. Okay. I don't want to leave Ritual out. I'll just add Ritual for fun. So taking Ritual, like a mid-tone green, it's kind of reminiscent of Pact. If Pact was a shimmer. It's got the same tones to it. Sorry. Yeah, that's stunning. Alright. So pretty. Alright. Well, definitely lost all the mattes on the lower lash line, but it's okay. They're there. They're just covered up. I'm doing a shade cascade moment, you guys. Kind of. Alright. I'm just going to add a little bit of a cult back to the outer corner. And also try to add it back to the lower lash line. Just a tad bit. I feel like I still want that depth, at least for the outer corner. Oh, wow. This is so fun. It's a bit out of my comfort zone. I don't wear a lot of green anymore. So might not look the best on me, but oops. Just taking Patron on the inner corner. The shimmers and the eye look. I basically used all the shimmers, all 4 shimmers that are in the palette. I am going to take Pact, kind of like, I kind of want to add a bit more matte to the lower lash line. I just feel like the shimmers are definitely overtaking. So I'm using the shade Pact, that very like pukey yellow green matte. Okay guys, so this is the look with mascara on. I really like this look. It's definitely very out there, but I love it. It looks great, especially with mascara on. Um, and yeah, that's kind of all I really wanted to showcase today. There are a few brands I am considering making my final Black Friday purchases from. That would be Game Beauty, Unearthly Cosmetics, um, Bella Beauté Bar, and Fantasy Cosmetica. I'm just trying not to beat myself up for failing my no buy. Because, tomorrow is a brand new day. I could start over. So, yeah, I'm trying to give myself some grace. Um, I also hope you're doing the same thing for yourself. And, we can all learn from our mistakes and whatever. I'm not good at the whole positive self talk